Double epic. We're gonna party but naked. Alrighty. National Guardians. Maldini booster, Matthäus, Petr, Cech. Now, first of all, before we get into a quick overview of these players, if you don't have 10 hours a day to grind for the rewards this ranking, you don't need to spend for epics. You can make it to Div 1 with a standard team. Really. And that is pretty much the reward of each phase. For those of you guys, if you don't have the previous booster Maldini, if you don't have the previous booster Matthäus, if you don't have the previous booster Petr, Cech, I would say these cards are good. If you don't regularly spend, save your money for Hullet, I would say. Because I think if you don't regularly spend, strikers change your game. Not saying these goalkeepers, I mean, if you face good players top 1000 above, they only score tap-ins. And any goalkeeper that you have, it's even if you manual goalkeep, they will score. Let's compare the previous Petr, Cech with this current one. First thing that stands out with the previous Petr, Cech, they're the exact same age, 1 year difference. Both Chelsea, both national Czech, right? Okay. They have a different booster style, right? The older one covers first 4 playing style. And obviously this new one's technique, it's saving. Usually goalkeepers have the same booster technique. I think this is the first epic booster with this technique. We've had Showtime ones or other league goalkeepers with that. So I find it fair, if I'm going to compare players, I like to compare them with their base level, untrained. Like these are base level, both of them. And you can be the judge yourself. If you have the older booster, do you think it's worth spending for it? In my opinion, if you have the older Petr, Cech, it's not worth the upgrade. Because what's your luck for you to get him exactly? If you have the previous Matthäus box to box, this current one is an orchestrator. It's not worth spending for it. Maldini, however, you're going from a destroyer, which could be risky when you use, to a defensive fullback, which can be a meta in a way. I would say for Maldini, it could be a reasonable upgrade because their technique is exactly the same. But with Petr, Cech, yeah, I mean, you will get a slightest different in terms of, I think this Petr, Cech will have a higher reach. I think for a tall goalkeeper, for every goalkeeper, awareness comes first and then reflex. For every tall goalkeeper in a way. Awareness always comes first, short or tall. But I think for a very tall goalkeeper, reach is not the second important option, reflexes. So ability-wise, it's not like he's got a massive difference in jump. Most status are exactly the same. The older one has 10 plus on engagement. That could slightly contribute to certain things. But we're talking about the massive upgrade, like what it is. We go 84, 85, and then 80, 2 point on there, 2 point on there, while the new one has higher reach. So his reach could be dependent on how you train him, basically. But I prefer to review players within the game, not with third-party apps, to be 100% accurate. Especially when it's just out. So those of you on YouTube can literally take a screenshot of this because you can see the difference. Now, the most recent Matthäus, which is box to box, compared to the new one, orchestrator, they have the exact same the exact same booster technique. The most thing that really stands out is that the Germany Matthäus has higher type position, which that contributes obviously to slow dribbling, but also the accuracy of passing, shooting, etc. I've said that before. People didn't take me seriously, but a Chinese guy experimenting, releasing videos, people believe him. Makes sense. So the Germany one, really. Higher type position, physically strong. While the Bayern Munich one, defensively is much better, even at base level. Speed-wise, they're kind of pretty similar in a way, you know? So if you have the Bayern Munich one, depending on how you use them, really. If you prefer them to make them super defensive, you're fine with the box-to-box. But the orchestrator will be in more defensive zones, while the box-to-box will join the opposition's box. But they do that often, if you guys noticed, you know? Like I remember there was a Pirlo who had higher acceleration but more offensive. Another Pirlo was defensively good but has high offensive awareness. And recently they did that with another player, the most recent packs in a way. Can't remember which card. But they do that on purpose though. I think it was Scholes. The creative playmaker one, if the creative playmaker England one was a whole player, that would have been perfect. But they made that creative playmaker while they made the whole player have low offensive awareness. So they do that often. And when it comes to Maldini, the exact same booster technique. I think this Maldini can easily have 90 speed. I like to try him as just a normal traditional left back. Give him some technique. But you can see at base level, the left back Maldini has, orange tier technique in a way. About more than 10 points on dribbling. If you use him as a fullback who will overlap. I mean, he's a defensive fullback. He's not going to be in opposition's box that often. But in terms of the meta, the defensive Maldini would be an upgrade to the destroyer one. Because if you use too many destroyers, it can cause you a lot of problems. They press often, for instance. And that is my opinion when it comes to the comparison. And I think while we were comparing the players, really, we can automatically review them as well. Do you guys agree? Higher balance as well. Yeah, you're right. Defense engagement do anything for the GK brother. All their Czech has 60. I don't think it's an important skill for the goalkeeper, really. It has an impact on him coming out and staying in the goal line because he's a defensive goalkeeper anyway. Probably for skills, he will need aerial superiority. You will need one-touch pass, through passing if you're going to make him overlap. I think Maldini is the only card that they completely redone him, like in terms of player model and everything. And to be honest, the Milan Maldini looks cooler. What year is that based on? 1990. Then we got Matthäus. Is this the World Cup winner, Matthäus? 1990 Germany, right? Yeah. I think while you were comparing, we pretty much reviewed them as well. Do you guys think? But as always, I would like to face them, play against them. I would like to use them myself before I do a more detailed review. So I think we're going to go do some packs. Now my target is Maldini, really. If I get Maldini, I'll stop. But if I go above 100 and I still haven't got Maldini, might as well have a box-to-box Matthäus too. So, wish me luck. Let's see what we can do. Will you buy gold? No, I'm gonna buy bronze. Actually, I spent leaf. To be honest, there are some decent non-epic cards here as well. Like, I like fullback finishers, and I am slowly making a non-epic squad. Even though I don't rate this fullback, but he's a fullback finisher. This guy is OP though, I would say. Definitely OP, 100%. The defensive fullback though, right? Yeah. He could fit my non-epic squad as well. Only level 23 though. Double epic. We're gonna party but naked. We're not allowed that on Twitch though. Oh, it's not double epic. What am I talking about? At least it's one epic. Oh, fuck on a shit stick. Told you, man. You guys jinxed me. You guys jinxed me, man. I told you I shouldn't say who's my target is. I told you. Well, we're definitely not celebrating butt naked. Nope, not gonna happen. Now I'm not gonna get a single epic until 100 plus. Unless we're going back to back. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do one more. Right. 10 together, and I'm gonna get Matthäus and Maldini at the same time. Watch. Ah, fuck you. Basically, there's 20 players left, and I get double. 20 players left, I get double. And I'm lucky, somebody banned this guy. Somebody banned this guy. All right, the debut of the OP Maldini, Damora. I mean, if I want to be a good content creator, I could totally make a video about this. Title would be how to get 2 epics in 10 packs with a thumbnail like this. Without context. But, as always, dude, appreciate your support. Thank you for the sub, resub, new follows.